Shalom. All praises to Yahweh SpiritOfHumility. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, man. That's the brother I'm for the GMS London camp.
Alright, brother Napash.
And yeah, just doing a little video, man. I found a little article basically just about it was a news article that ran in the magazine The Economist in like 1988, and it's well, I read it's on the website zerohedge.com. This is like this ain't the original article. This is just someone reporting on it like after the Times. And it's got the cover, which you know, Lord will through the editing I'll put it up. But it's got a demonic ass image of basically like a phoenix rising out of the ashes of the dollar, and it's got like a coin there, and it says 2018 on it. And this is the cover that ran on The Economist in 1988. And like the title is The Economist, Get Ready for a World Currency by 2018. And it's on, you know, zerohedge.com. And it says, this is quoting from an article, it says, get ready for the phoenix. It says, 30 years from now, Americans, Japanese, Europeans, and people in many other rich countries, and some relatively poor ones, will probably be paying for their shopping with the same currency. Prices will be quoted not in dollars, yen, or Deutschmarks, but in, let's say, the phoenix. The phoenix will be favored by companies and shoppers because it will be more convenient than today's national currencies, which by them will seem a quaint cause of much disruption to economic life in the late 20th century. So this was ran in like January 9th, 1988, and basically they're just going into the chip, man, because it's like, you know, if you're clued in, if you know anything about what's going on, you know, these elites, they're basically trying to institute that RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. And this shows like from back then they were looking to get instituted by 2018, which is funny because this year you've had the heat rising and articles coming out left, right and center about the RFID chip, man. You had the company in America which basically started chipping their employees. Those guys over here in the UK who were getting the chip as well. And it's over different parts of Europe like Denmark, Sweden, Norway. They've been getting into the chip, but it picked up. It got caught up in the media. That's why you had like guys in ISUPK like, you know, I had black man coming up to me saying, you know, what's about that chip and that, you know, black man. But then, hey, that's them guys don't have the answers. Them guys are saying, look, man, don't worry about the chip. Them idiots are saying take the chip. But the RFID chip, if you take that, you're going to get if you're an Israelite and you take that, your black ass is getting roasted by some nukes, man. That's what's going to happen, man. Get, you know, Revelation.
Okay, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Yeah. And
that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark.
That's it. No man can buy and sell without that mark. And that's the RFID chip. Because you've had like, where I found this, funny enough, it's like, was an article where they quoted this, and they were saying, okay, this, you know, this was talking about, they thought it was talking about like Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. But then, you know, obviously them guys, they're not clued in. They don't know what's going on. The cryptocurrencies might be a facet of, you know, basically just acclimatizing people to using electronic currencies, which is what the RFID chip will be. But you know, it's not going to be the Bitcoin because that's not integrated with the RFID technology, man. It's good, you know, that's what they're going to use to basically cover it all, man. But go on.
Save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Mm-hmm. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
What's it say on
it's on there. It's down on there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do 17 verse 17 again. That's
right. It's back in Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark,
Yeah, that's the state it's gonna get to, man, where no man can buy and sell without a mark. Because more or less, with the fiat currencies and all these different systems they had, even the crypto, that is basically just leading up to people getting used to dealing with money as a digital resource, not as a real thing. Because like fiat currency is basically, there's nothing backing it. There's no gold, no silvers, no nothing backing it. You just accept like, oh well, you know, it has value because the bank says so. But this is just leading up to where you just say, you know, well, you have credits on your chip and you spend those, man. And that's the total control, man. Because when it comes to the RFID, Esau has ultimate control over it. And that's what Esau's been lusting for from the beginning. Because even I think it's in this article, or well, it's not even in this. There's another one on like on BitcoinTalk.org where he's talking about. He quotes the article as well, and he was basically saying like, oh, he's just talking about crypto. But then he put at the bottom, he said the quote from my Amschel Rothschild, my Amschel Bow, said, give me control of a nation's money supply and I care not who makes its laws. So that is, these guys know the control of the money that flows around in society. That is when you get the ultimate control. And that's how that's Esau's power, man. Esau's power was using the sword and using that banking system. When he came up in Europe, he was using that banking system. You got Habakkuk. Habakkuk too.
Okay, and this is I've got Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
Read the verse above.
Can. This is verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
So that's it. That's a so-called. That's how you know. Talking about the so-called white man. There was a news article I saw a little while back about some Edomite woman teacher. She went to fucking Brazil and rode up a river. She was riding up a river. Then like some guys on the way, like tour guides or what? Well, not tour guides, just local guys in the area were saying, "Look, man, don't go up there. It's dangerous. You will die if you go up there." And then she posted on her social medias like, "Oh yeah, haha, it's funny. If I go up this river, apparently I'm gonna die." Then her body washed up, man. A couple of days later, man, she got wiped out, man. She got annihilated. That's the so-called white man. These guys think they're entitled to the world, and they go everywhere. And you go out, you see these different adventurers. I saw motherfuckers in goddamn Eritrea. It's Edomites, man. You see Edomites be the ones going everywhere because they don't keep at home. They go everywhere. And you check the military conquests of these Edomites. These guys, they went to India, went to Africa, went to the Americas, went to every spot on the globe and colonized that shit, man. So these guys are the ones that don't keep at home and are basically trying to basically take every area of the earth, man.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
That's it, man. Cannot be satisfied. That's why this guy's got the most ultimate greed. That's why he wants to total control over everyone, man. Yeah, previous rulerships from the different heathen. The Babylonians weren't trying to just, okay, I just want everyone. Well, they did try that to a certain extent because he wanted, what was it, man? Daniel and, well, basically everyone to bow down to his statue at certain times during the day, man. So they did want to get that worship. But Esau's taking it to a level beyond any other heathen, man. Because this guy's the grimiest bastard. He wants to make it where everyone eternally is just going to revere him as a god, man. And that's not going to come to pass. He's trying to take the space of the Most High in the heavens, which we'll get after. But, finish a bit more on Habakkuk.
But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
That's it, man. He grabs everyone from everywhere. Go on.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
That's it, because he's a thief. That's how Esau got everything that he got. All his lands that he's got. Esau, the only land that he had was Mount Seir, and then after that, it was up in them fucking caves. Well, he came and he robbed Greece and he robbed Rome from the Japhites, but it was up in the mountains of Georgia, Russia, eating fucking crawling crustacean creatures from the vaginas of his women, man. That's what Esau was getting up to. But now that he's got out of there, this guy's basically trying to grab up everything.
Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
With thick clay, man, with them heavy debts. Because the way Esau has structured his monetary system is a debt-based system. That's why you got, I think the US, I can check it still, but what's it called?
20 trillion?
Yeah, I'm sure it hit 20 trillion. The US debt, which is like the most, I think it's the most ultimate debt that you've got. Oh, no, yeah, 20 trillion. Yeah, so the US debt level is at 20 trillion, and that's $61,000 per person, man. So that's fucking epic, man. That means that you're just fucked, man. That's what is 20 trillion in debt, bro? That is the unsustainable amounts. But then that's Esau's corrupt money system, man. That's a complete nonsense and the BS and how this works. That's why this guy is gonna have like, okay, we're gonna have some ones and zeros on the computer screen, and that is money. That is BS, man. That is absolute bullshit. But go on, hit Thessalonians, break it down as well.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. Actually, I'll start from 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And ultimately, that's the MO of the so-called white man. You know, he wants to basically he's trying to take the place of the Most High. He wants to have dominion and control over all the people in the earth. You know, all the remaining people, because according to the Georgia Guidestones, he wants to basically eradicate the vast population of the earth and leave about 500 million. So that because a lesser population is easier to control, you know. And he's the son of perdition that's been revealed in this time by the Lord's prophets, man. You know, starting with the apostles and the elders. And we're bringing out that the so-called white man is Esau according to the scriptures, and he's basically trying to take the place of the Most High.
You got any more on that?
No, that's that. You know, no. I had a quick preset.
Yeah, go on. Grab
this
it,
is James chapter 5 verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and you shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. You know, and these elites, they're trying to go ahead with their plans for the mark of the beast, the RFID. If you look at the documentary that Aaron Russo had, where he was talking about, I think it was Nicholas Rockefeller, right? Talking about their plans, how they want to chip everyone. Okay. They basically want to just amass all this wealth and then just have control of everyone, man. They just, and that's all this debt that people are being put into, being advertised and goaded into just spending all the money, investing in things. All that's going to be crashed. That's all going to be crashed, and this new world currency, this one world currency through the chip, is going to be pushed on the people. You know, it's not going to be a choice how it is now. You know, people going like in Sweden and all that. It's actually going to be forced onto the people in the time of crisis.
Yeah, that's like it was. I think at Foursquare it was mandatory for the staff, man. Basically said like, look, man, just give it. Basically, if you're gonna work here, you're gonna have to take it. So that's what it's gonna go to, and you know, it's like with over here the Oyster system, which is like the contactless cards, the RFID chips, and the cards, which are used for like the travel system. Originally, it was just a choice. Well, to be honest, at this point, it's still just a choice. But more or less, if you don't use that system, they charge you twice as much. You can't get no travel cards. It's basically, it's going to be an incredibly extortionate amount. So they made it to the point where it's like more or less you've just got to take that, use that system, or else. And they linked up with the contactless cards, and I think the fingerprint system as well, biometrics as well, is on that as well. Other brothers will bring that out, but you know that shows the time we're in, man. So you know it lines up with what's in the article, because this is it's like early 1988, and they said 30 years, and that's next year. Which, you know, Lord will, if we get there, then then even more prophecies have been fulfilled by that time, man. Because we had them hurricanes tearing up the islands, which is them judgments going on, Jake, and tearing up the US. So that's showing, hey man, the Lord's judgment's coming, and he's not messing around. The timing and prophecy. That's why you got certain groups that don't want to accept what's evidently going on out here. But hey man, that's what's going on. If you don't want to accept it, fine, take the chip. If you want to take the chip, and then you're gonna be annihilated, man. That's what these guys ain't saying, man. If you take that chip, you're gonna be wiped out, man. These other groups are saying, look, man, just don't worry about that. That is ridiculous. That does not line up with the scriptures at all.
I've got the judgment on the chip.
Okay, go on, bring it.
Go on. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God.
I'll just say that, if you receive it anyway, man, you get that chip impaled in your anus, you're still going to get the judgment, man. Because it's the same thing, man.
The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
That's it, man. You're going to taste the missiles, and your black ass is going to get roasted, man. That's what's going to happen if you take the chip. And that's what we're meant to be out here doing. The watchmen are meant to watch for the danger and bark to warn the people, man. If you have a dog and then you have a fucking robber unlocking your window and creeping into your house, if that dog ain't barking, he ain't doing his fucking job, man. That's what we are. We're them watchdogs. We're them dogs. We're barking. That's what we're doing right now. That's the barking to let you know, yo, look, this is coming to pass. So you guys need to know what the fuck's going on. Let me get back into this. It says at the beginning of 1988, this is back in Zero Hedge, yeah, the same thing. Economist gets ready. World Currency 2018 says at the beginning of 1988, this appears an outlandish prediction. Proposals for eventual monetary union proliferated 5 and 10 years ago, but they hardly envisaged the setbacks in 1987. The governments of the big economies tried to move an inch or two toward a more managed system of exchange rates. It might seem to radical monetary reform. For lack of cooperative, you know what, let me skip to where I want to see. It says the market crash taught them that the pretense of a policy cooperation can be worse than nothing, and that until real cooperation is feasible, i.e. until governments surrender some economic sovereignty, further attempts to peg currencies will flounder. Then it says the new world economy. It says the biggest change in the world economy since the early 1970s is that flows of money have replaced trade in goods as a force that drives exchange rates. So basically, that currency, that paper, that fiat is like the king of the currency. So, and the thing is we've had crashes, because like 2008, various crashes over the course of the years, and that is basically one of the many factors they're going to use to get the chip in, man. Because if the money gets to the point where it's not manageable, and it says, look, we've had this monetary system, but you know, if it fluctuates, people are losing all kinds of shit. They lose their homes, blah blah blah, or there's terrorist attacks happening, and even with, funny enough, with the cryptocurrency, like that is meant to have been like one of the main ways, basically, that like terrorists and criminals are moving money around untraceably. So they might say, okay, look, we need a new monetary system to basically make this traceable. So, there's various ways they can do it, man. But they're basically just this current system as it is going to be crushed, and then they're going to bring in an RFID, and that's going to be like what's meant to soothe the wounds, man. Yeah, you got something?
Yeah. This is Job chapter 20, verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he's about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
That's oh well. I mean, say your point. And go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, this chip is one of the last prophecies to pass before we, you know, Lord willing, get beamed up, and the kingdom of the kingdom of Israel is going to be re-established. So just when he thinks he's going to be able to do all that, the Lord ain't going to have that happen. You know, the Lord's going to protect these men from taking the shit, the elect. you know. But the rest of these guys, especially these guys that are teaching and people leading people astray, they're going to be destroyed.
For real. Oh yeah, because it's like, you know, the chip's going to be instated. They're obviously going to get out there, and you know, the 2/3 are going to take it, and all them heathens or whatever, like, that are going to jump on that shit. All the people that are indoctrinated in the system are going to take it, but you know, the elect ain't going to take it. And you know, this guy's going to try to get everything on lock, man. You watch, I ain't watched it yet, but the Handmaid's Tale, like the TV series came out. I don't know. I think on Netflix, they redid that. So that's basically showing what the spirit of the times is, man. Because the Handmaid's Tale is like the movie. It's a bad boy movie, man. It shows. In that they have it with the pyramid with the eye and the capstones down on top of the pyramid, man. There's no gap, so it shows they have the system that they want, and that's what they're going to be denied, man. Because these guys are basically trying to make it where they're trying to push out the vibration of getting what they want through the movies, man. But that's not going to happen, man. Hey, man, the Lord's going to trip them up, man. It's like the brother read out the scriptures, and it's just not going to come to pass. Okay. You got more?
No.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing as well that I wanted to just bring out. Is for what's her name, man? It's what do you call it? Evelyn Rothschild's wife, man. She's the one. She's basically she's the one that owns the key the principal owner. Like, she owns the controlling share of the Economist. So you know, if she's married to fucking to what's his name, man, to Evelyn, then that means she's obviously clued in. She knows what the fuck's going on. So then for them to put that into the article, that shows you that they know what time it is, man. They know what's going on, and that means that this chip ain't no joke, man. You got a lot of these guys that are basically out here, and these guys are they're not spiritual. They're basically following after false teachers. They're not really in this thing, man. Because look, man, if you applied your brain matter and you're being spiritual about it, you would know that the apostles and elders of GMS, what they're teaching, is the real deal, man. Because look, man, everyone knows. Look, it's back in, like, you go back to 2008, people were scoffing at the chip, man. The RFID, the mark of the beast, that wasn't even a thing. But now it's prophecies are passing. No one even wants to accept. No one even wants to deal with that. But then that shows. Well, the thing is, the proof is in the pudding, man. Proof is in the pudding. Prophecies are coming to pass. You know who's keeping it real, man. You know who's really about this word, and who's been telling the truth this whole time, man. So that's why a lot of these guys are confounded, man, and they're going to continue to be confounded unless they come out of that nonsense that they're in. They're going to continue to be confounded, and they're going to be joined onto them other guys. Are going to get wiped out of this thing, man. Okay. You got something?
Yeah, this is Psalms, because on the article about the wife. This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
That's it. So that's the tongue falling on themselves, man. Because, you know, looking at this, I went on Evelyn's on Evelyn's Wikipedia site, and it said...